Hello guys, welcome to another great video from Inevotech. Today we will be talking about the best power supply for the Raspberry Pi. So my story goes, when I bought this Raspberry Pi, the biggest problem I had was with the power supply. As you can see here, I had 3 iPhone power supplies and 1 iPad power supply, but none of them seemed to be delivering the right voltage I needed for the Raspberry Pi. If you search the Raspberry Pi wiki, you can see that the best voltage for the Raspberry Pi operation is from 4.75 volts to 5.25 volts. Anything over that range or under that range will cause the Raspberry Pi to malfunction. The thing with these Apple adapters is that they gave me around 4.70 volts when in load, and that wasn't enough for the Raspberry Pi operation, because when I connect several USB devices, one of them will not work and other strange things seem to happen. So I will be showing you how to measure the voltage rating of the Raspberry Pi. I will show you the voltage rating of the Apple iPhone charger, the iPad charger. I will tell you what's the voltage the Raspberry Pi is seeing. And then, last but not least, I will show you the best power supply that I found. And that will be it. So let's start. So now I will be connecting the iPhone power supply. I will only test one of these because they are all the same. I have tested them before, so I know they all give the same power. So I have connected this to my power line, and with my multimeter I'm gonna try to show you. Let me put this here. The power rating for this Apple power supply. By the way, the iPhone power supply, it's rated around 5 volts and 1 amp. So there it is, 5.06 volts. So according to the specifications of the iPhone power supply, if any of you guys have one, you can see on the back that it's rated at 5 volts 1 amp. So it's supposed to work fine with the Raspberry Pi, but let's see what happens when we connect that power supply to the Raspberry Pi, or that power adapter. So here I am connecting this regular USB-A to micro USB that the Raspberry Pi uses. I put this here to do it with both hands. There, I have connected that to the iPhone power supply, and from there to the Raspberry Pi. As you can see here, we have power. The OK LED is blinking. So let's test this. Wait a second. Let me put this here. Okay, so we're testing this now. If you guys don't know how to test the voltage of the Raspberry Pi, I will tell you right now. You have to put the positive lead of the voltmeter on the TP1, I don't know if you can see it there, TP1 contact, and then the negative lead to the TP2 contact, and then you can see the voltage. So this voltage 4.87, 4.84, it's the voltage the Raspberry Pi is taking without any load, because when you connect something to a power supply, if the power supply is not reliable enough, a voltage drop will occur. So even though it was providing us with 5 volts, we now have 4.87, 4.89 volts. But when we connect several USB devices and Ethernet cable, that voltage will drop a lot. For me, it drops to about 4.70 volts, and that falls under the range. That falls under the 4.75 volts I told you about. So the Raspberry Pi begins to malfunction. So now let's disconnect the Raspberry Pi. So now it's disconnected. We power it off. As you know, the Raspberry Pi doesn't have like a switch, an on-off switch. You only like disconnect it, and we will be getting this power adapter off here. Give me a second. There, we have unplugged the power supply. So now we are going to test the iPad power adapter. The iPad power adapter is a little bit more robust. It is rated, I don't believe you can see it here because of my camera. By the way, I will be getting a new camera soon, so you guys can see these things better. But it's rated for 5.1 volts and 2.1 amps. It's supposed to be better. It's a bigger power adapter. It charges things faster. So we are going to connect this adapter really fast. So as you can see, we have connected this adapter already to power, and then we're gonna connect this to the Raspberry Pi. So now the Raspberry Pi is being powered by the iPad power adapter. We got a red LED, the power LED on, the green LED okay. It's flashing, so everything else okay. So now we're gonna measure the voltage across the Raspberry Pi. So there it is. So even though this power adapter has 5.1 volts, when the voltage drop occurs, it shouldn't be dropping. It should be dropping, I mean, less voltage than the iPhone adapter that is rated for 5 volts. But still, it appears to be supplying less voltage when in load. It's supplying 4.89 across, around the same thing as the iPhone power adapter. But the thing is that, as I said before, when you connect several USB devices and Ethernet, that voltage drops below the 4.75 volts needed. So this power adapter doesn't work either. So now I'm gonna show you guys the best power adapter I have found around. By the way, I'm making this video because so many of you guys, at least living in the US, can get this power adapter and have no problems at all. Like, this is truly reliable. This is the power adapter I found. I bought this out of in Adafruit.com. Adafruit. It's rated for 5.25 volts and 1 amp. And truly, this is the best power adapter around. I'm gonna show you why. I'm gonna connect this power adapter. Okay, now I have connected this power adapter. As you can see, it has a red LED telling you that the power adapter is functioning. And then, well, we have power on the Raspberry Pi, the OK LED is blinking, we have everything connected properly. So now we proceed to measuring the voltage across the Raspberry Pi. So let me do this really fast here. So this is what I'm talking about. Now the voltage is perfect, 4.99 volts. Sometimes it gets to 5 volts, but mostly it stays at 4.99. And this is beautiful because when you connect any device, any USB device or Ethernet, the voltage drop, it doesn't occur. Like, it always stays at 4.99 volts. And this is perfect for the Raspberry Pi because it will not malfunction. So you may be asking yourselves, why does this happen? Why does voltage drop so much on the other power adapter? Well, it's because when the other power adapters are not as robust as this one, so when you require a lot of like electricity from them, a lot of voltage from them, or a lot of current from them, then the voltage will drop a lot. It will not stay at 5 volts. But this power adapter is very reliable. The voltage will always be right with this one. So as you can see, this is a power adapter I highly recommend. This will save you a lot of troubles because all those problems with not having internet, like Ethernet connection, USB malfunctioning, you could be thinking that the device is broken or the Raspberry Pi is defective, but it really is not. It's like the power adapter. The real problem is the power adapter. Many of the Raspberry Pi problems comes because of the power adapter. Like, if you have a bad power adapter, then you will run into problems. Last but not least, I wanted to show you guys the little rubber feet I put in my Raspberry Pi. Most of the people are talking about cases. I don't believe cases are a good idea because I believe the Raspberry Pi could overheat. Maybe, I don't know. But I think putting rubber feet on it, it's a better idea because then you can place it in any surface and the metal contacts beneath the Raspberry Pi will not touch the surface, so it will be perfect there. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like this video and if you want to see more great videos. And also please like this video if you found this useful. I will be posting the links to the Adafruit power adapter and micro USB cable. I also bought the micro USB cable out of Adafruit. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching and take care. Bye.